mic up, so we are live on the mic. And here we are. So come on in.
I am in. What do you want me to say in your lap? I'm your mother-in-law, not your wife.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, hello. Because I don't know which way I'm going.
Oh, yeah, you're right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to Breakfast with Disaster. We are
Good
back
morning.
after a short break. What is this show? If you've never seen it, it's pretty simple. We tell you all the worst things that can happen to you, so you know how to avoid them. And why do we know that? It's because we're Serve Pro. We see all the worst things. We clean them up. We've got a very special guest today. This is Lynn Braun, who
How you doing?
owns the whole place. I think a lot of you probably already know her.
Good morning, everybody. Good to be here, Dan. Thanks for inviting me on this. It was a little chilly this morning.
It was a little chilly. I think it's nice now.
It is.
We've got all sorts of folks here. We've got Jennifer, Patty, Nate
No
Smith. You remember Nate?
Oh,
Lives
yes.
down in Kentucky. Jackie. Who else? Jennifer, Nicole, Kristen. People are hopping on.
Good.
Michael Bloom, the legend's on.
No way. I love that dude. Mike Bloom, you know I love you. I love your mother. I love your father. I love your sister. I love that whole family. So I'm so glad you're here, Mike.
We're big.
I think he won once.
You did win.
Yeah. Okay.
We're here talking about something we don't totally love, which is a different kind of disaster than we're used to. But it's a disaster all the same, and it's something that is unfortunately not just my problem and Lynn's problem and ServPro's problem. It's kind of all of our problems, and that is pollution, specifically plastic pollution in the Great Lakes. It's not something that people typically think a ton about. I'm going to show you a picture here of these little guys, microplastics.
Oh, they're horrible. That's my big thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
sorry.
No, it's okay.
To show my passion of hatred towards the plastics in my lake.
Yeah, well, you should. They should see the hatred in your eyes.
Oh.
Plastic pollution.
Yeah.
Literally the number 2 threat to our entire environment worldwide.
Yes.
And you guys have probably seen it in terms of the ocean. There's lots of depressing videos of seagulls and turtles. We're not going to show you any of that, I promise. You've probably seen this, which is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This is twice the size of Texas.
Yeah, here. Okay, because I'm going to stop you there. See, that's what infuriates me. Infuriates me is that always the attention's on the ocean. Mm-hmm. And I believe the ocean is great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love the ocean. Let's go to the ocean, the ocean, ocean, ocean. But right here in our backyards, we have the Great Lakes. I can't tell you how great these lakes are. No, if you travel around, we are so lucky to have a Great Lake, to be on a Great Lake, because they are magnificent to any lake I've ever seen. Lake Superior Lake is like an ocean. So there's always the ocean has garbage. The ocean has garbage. We know that. Mm-hmm. But thank you for bringing that up and telling everybody that the ocean has garbage. I'm here to tell everyone that the Great Lakes has garbage, and that's what we need to focus on. But do tell, Dan.
Well,
do tell.
This is exactly my point, actually. Everybody knows this about the ocean, right? People don't realize it's happening right in our backyard.
Right.
And it's one specific type, well, it's all sorts of plastics, but specifically microplastics, which they might have been engineered that way. They might be like microbeads. They might be just broken down water bottles and takeout containers.
Yeah, mostly it's broken down that, because they did pass laws in our state, and I know many other states, and I don't know if they're even legal, but there used to be those micro beads in like
your shampoo and
your lotion, or there was micro beads in our toothpaste.
Yes.
Who knew? I didn't know that.
Here's why that's bad. I want to tell you guys about because this is the type of plastic that affects us. This gets into the water very easily, right?
Yeah.
And it's obviously super bad for the wildlife.
Yes, because they eat it. They don't, they don't know.
But we drink water every day that is sourced from the Great Lakes.
Right.
We eat things that are made with water from the Great Lakes. We're ingesting these microplastics ourselves every single day.
Yeah.
And here's the quote from the Lake Erie Foundation. If you want to know in a nutshell how dangerous these things are for us and for the entire ecosystem, here's what they said. Ultimately, microplastics are simultaneously increasing our chances of death while decreasing our ability to reproduce.
Yeah.
It's sort of a 1-2 punch that we're dealing with every single day. Definitely not cool.
Not cool.
So what can we do about it? That's what we're actually here to talk about. And that's where the scary part of the show kind of ends and the fun part begins.
There is fun, trust me.
Because, Lynn, why don't you tell us about the Lake Erie Seaway Trail?
Oh, the Lake Erie Seaway Trail, it runs from... It's a trail that runs along the Great Lakes, and it goes from I'm not sure how far it goes, Like, you didn't tell me that part. Like, I didn't study.
Well, it goes along the lake. It's down here through Erie.
Yes, and I know our big one is in Saginaw Harbor.
Saginaw?
Yeah, that's where the big Lake Erie thing is. We're only our Seaway Trail, Lake Erie Seaway Trail on Route 5 in Wanaka is only 2 of buildings that you could actually go in and learn about the Lake Erie Seaway Trail.
And how are you involved with this? Because
I'm on the board of directors of the Lake Erie Seaway Trail in Wanaka. It's the old Wanaka Waterworks. And, it's a trail that you could drive along and look along the lake. It's a beautiful drive. I mean, wonderful drive. But, yes, I'm on the board of directors along with my Francine Geyer, Nancy Messino, Joe Killian, Bill Barrett, Dave Shemansky. What did we say?
Smazniak is what I said.
Smazniak, where he's new on our board.
Sorry, Dave.
He just got in. He's from Frontier High School. And Sean Conley, I call him Sean O'Conley, but he's really Sean Conley from the town of Hamburg. So those are the people that are involved in the Lake Erie Seaway Trail.
Right. And so the trail itself is a great hub for advocacy for education. If you guys have ever been there, I mean, you can rent a room and you can just have this beautiful lakefront. You can support the trail, but we're here to talk about something specific that's new.
Yes.
And that is this guy.
Yes.
Redfish. This is going to be the newest public art installation in Western New York. You may have seen some rumblings about it. It's about to happen. The concrete has been poured. And what we really wanted to talk about today, and because, we care about this issue, Lynn's involved with the Seaway Trail, ServPro is very involved in this as well, is what this is and what the inspiration was and what you're kind of trying to do with it. So where did this all come from? This is a sculpture, right? This is maybe, 6 feet long?
It's 6 feet high, 6 feet long. It's 800 pounds. It's a art sculpture made out of metal by Ellen Steinfeld. We at the Lake Erie Seaway Trail wanted to bring awareness to pollution, plastics in particular. We put it out to all the artists, in Western New York, and we had quite a bit of artists who did submit beautiful artwork, beautiful sculptures, and we narrowed it down to 5. Then we had to narrow it down to 3, and we all picked Ellen because it was the whole thing of trying to bring awareness to plastic pollution and Redfish. And red to me, it's a love-hate thing. Either you're red with anger or you're love, and it's always red is associated with love or hate. And that's what the Redfish to me means, because I love my Lake Erie and I hate the plastics. So what Redfish is, when you look through it, you could see the lake, to not take away from the lake when you're driving down this Lake Erie Seaway Trail.
Can you kind of paint a picture? Because this is it, obviously being casted, but
paint
a picture. What's this going to look like? Where's it going to be?
Right, so it's right outside of the Lake Erie Seaway Trail, right across from Frontier Central Schools District's hub main offices. We couldn't have done it without those guys because they, it's part of their land and they let us put the sculpture on there. So it's there, and when we're trying to make it like something like a destination where, people go to take their picture with that shark girl. Mm-hmm. Well, we're trying to make this taking pictures with Redfish. What will it be is there'll be gabion all around it for people to put their garbage in, to try to not have it go into the lake, And so the Redfish will be gabion on the bottom over here. I don't know if they can see that.
Yeah.
And will be filled with water bottles, garbage, and then we would, have the town then would come and empty them, and we start all over again.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a big Redfish that you can see through, and you're going to want to come and see it. And, there's, it's going to be beautiful. It's just a beautiful piece of art. Ellen did a great job, and everyone worked their tail off.
You can say but.
Yeah,
I think we can
I
say
wasn't going to say that. I was going to swear.
Oh, yeah.
People that know me well, but we really worked hard to get this in, and it wasn't an easy task, I'll tell you that. It was many, many years, and we finally, saw the dream. If it wasn't for Francine, who pushed pushed all of us people that were on the board to get this thing going. That's where we're going.
Yeah.
What else did you want to ask me?
I mean, you kind of already talked about how it relates to plastic pollution.
Yeah.
When can people actually visit this thing?
Well, we poured the cement and we're looking for an installation in the next week or two to actually, have it cemented into the base or bolted into the base. We are looking at maybe mid-June, probably mid-June, end of June, to have a big, huge grand opening. Mm-hmm. An unveiling where we'll take the veil off and there's beautiful Redfish. Redfish is a big thing, is like with the plastic goes, we're trying to get everyone hooked. So it's like get hooked with Redfish to help with plastics and to be awareness of plastics in our water and pollution in general.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an overstatement to say that these plastics are literally kind of poisoning us.
Yeah.
On, maybe
so true, Dan.
Yeah, every single day. This is a serious issue. And this is one way to draw awareness to it and start to combat it.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of business owners on here, insurance agency owners, what have you, people who are going to want to get involved with something like this. Can they? Or,
yes, because we're still looking, we're obviously still looking for sponsors. We had, Surf Pro of the Southtowns is a major sponsor. We had Accent Lawnscaping who helped us. We had Grand Rental give us the cement mixer. So far, we have Sherman Williams giving us paint to beautify the break wall. Mm-hmm. So we do have a lot of businesses jumping in and helping. And I think what they were talked at the last meeting was they were going to do where you could buy an Adirondacks chair and get your name on it, and you could sit and look out at the lake, gaze over at Redfish, gaze back to the lake, gaze down, pick up some pollution, put it in the gabion. But there is a lot of sponsorship that is available to help us pay for the remaining of this stuff, and it wasn't cheap, none of this stuff. So yes, the Lake Erie Seaway Trail, we are looking for donations. Any little bit will help. We sponsored with all the schools. We picked out 4 winners that are going to paint murals on our break wall, from Eden School to St. Francis. So that's where Sherman Williams came in and donated the paint. So yes, I mean, once I have Francine on here in the next couple of weeks, she can talk about the sponsorship levels and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah,
and we'll get into that. I mean, this is a big deal to us, but
just get ready, because we're going to be asking you for money.
It's a big deal, but it's a chance to put your name next to something that's
a
huge deal that's going to be here for a long, 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 long time.
Yes.
And I didn't even know about the chair thing. You can get your own little piece of real estate right on Lake Erie and support this at the same time. So we'll be talking about this much more. Like you can see here, the Redfish is not quite red yet. It's not ready yet, but soon you're going to be able to pay to visit. So if you want to get involved, please let us know. I think
she did paint it this week, so she's really ready. Ellen is really ready, to get this thing in, and please spread the word. Yeah. Contact me, Dan. I'll help you. Dan will contact me, and we could get you more information if you did want to sponsor something, a chair or what have you. But it is important. It really is. You don't know how important the Great Lakes are. We have the most water. We got to protect it. We do. It's a big deal for me.
Well, here's something that's going to be a big deal for everybody else. You want to draw the name for the prize?
I do.
All right. I think I've got my sound up so we can get the clicky-clackies.
Yeah.
Like that.
What do I do? Just touch this?
Oh, I will click it for you. You can pretend to touch it, though.
Ready?
All right, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ready. Big money here. Big money. Come on.
This, of course, is for our Surf Pro Mug Club.
Yeah.
And
Who is it?
It's 313. That is going to be...
That's way down there. You got a lot of muggers here. Do you call them muggles?
Muggles, I've never said. No. But congratulations to Amber over at JP Ross. Right
nice.
Down our neighbors here in Hamburg.
No, we love that State Farm peeps.
Amber, I will be down there to deliver your prize and I guess hit you up for a donation too. But thank you guys for joining. Thanks for hanging out.
Who else? Katie Bounce is here.
Kathy wants to know how much for a chair.
Oh, I believe they were looking at I don't know, don't hold me on this, but they were looking at $200, and then you get your name on it, and then you they just talked about this at the last board directors. I do have a board meeting on Wednesday, so I will definitely have more information on that for you all. That was nice of you to ask. Thank you.
Mike says, see you, legend. See you, Dan. See you, Mike.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn is here.
Melissa, Diane, Devin, Jennifer, Patty, everybody who joined. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks for listening to me, and I appreciate
Kaylee.
you guys. I love every one of you, and what a nice thing this mug club is.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you Muggles.
Yeah, Hallie says, can't wait to see this redfish. Sorry we didn't have the dogs on today. Hallie, we had a, see a Patty. Hallie, we had a puppy here yesterday. I will send you a picture.
Oh, he was so cute. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, that's a whole other show. But send me your dog so we can do the rescue thing. I will see you guys next week.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Dan. Yeah, it was very nice. I like this breakfast club. With the Muggles. That's what they're called.
Okay, now they're Muggles.
Yeah, now you guys are all Muggles out there.
All right. Muggles out.
Yeah.